Hello everybody, I welcome you all on my channel Switch It. Today we are going to learn lesson number 6, Mughal Empire Golden Age and Downfall. Previously in one of the lessons of history we have seen the establishment of Mughal Empire. Now continuing from there, let us learn about the Mughal dynasty, about the Mughal Empire, which years were considered their golden age and how they lose control over India in the terms of administrative skills, and which were the reasons that were responsible for that. So about that we'll study. Let us start today's lesson. Jalu went on a tour to Delhi. Palak gave the album of snaps taken during the tour of her class teacher. He showed it to the students. One question was written under each picture. Looking at the pictures, student asked the teacher a question: why is this lady in the picture pulling the chain of the bell? Here you can see in the picture one lady is there who is pulling the chain or the thread to ring the bell. Why she is doing like that? What was the answer of the teacher? Let us see. The teacher answered that this picture gives a glimpses of the system of justice during the Jahangir's period. We will get information about different Mughal rulers today. तो जनरली वो जो पिक्चर है वो इंडिकेट कर रहा था कि whoever in Jahangir's time period feels that they are a part of injustice, something wrong has happened to them, they are the people who can ring the bell and make the king aware about the situations. Now let us study the information about Mughal Empire. After the death of Akbar, the most powerful and influential ruler of the Mughal dynasty, Jahangir ascended to the throne of Delhi. आफ्टर द डेथ ऑफ अकबर, अकबर की मृत्यु के बाद उनका जो बेटा था प्रिंस सलीम, जिनका नाम जहांगीर, जहांगीर मीन्स अ पर्सन हु वांट्स टू कॉन्कर द वर्ल्ड, जो पूरे विश्व को जीतना चाहता है, ऐसा व्यक्ति जो मीनिंग है जहांगीर का, तो इसीलिए उनका नाम प्रिंस सलीम की जगह पे अब जहांगीर रख दिया गया था. द मुगल किंगडम was extended far and wide during his time. There was peace in the state after him. During Shah Jahan's reign, many monuments were built. Many of these were world famous monuments of unparalleled magnificence. During the reign, the Mughal dynasty was stabilized. Later on, during Aurangzeb's rule, the empire extended, but it led to the fall of the empire too. Let us learn about some major incidents that occurred during Jahangir, Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb's period. In the previous lesson of history, we understood about Babur, then Humayun, Akbar. ऐसे कई सारे किंग्स के बारे में हमने सीखा था. सो उन्हीं से आगे कंटिन्यू करते हुए अकबर, उनके बाद जहांगीर. जहांगीर जिन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था अपना एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव वर्क, वो था 1605 सी से 1627 सी. आफ्टर द डिमाइज ऑफ अकबर, मीन्स आफ्टर द डेथ ऑफ अकबर, हिज सन सलीम एज्यूम्ड द नेम ऑफ जहांगीर, conqueror of the world, and ascended to the throne in 1605 C. Prince Khusro revolted against him, and so Jahangir imprisoned him. During his time, Prince Khusro was one of the king जो उनके खिलाफ बैटल करना चाहता था, रिवॉल्ट करना चाहता था. प्रिंस सलीम यानी कि जहांगीर gave punishment to him and imprisoned him. Means he put Prince Khusro behind the bars. Jahangir accused the Sikh Guru Arjan Singh of helping Khusro, and so he sentenced him to death. प्रिंस खुसरो को हेल्प करने वाला जो सिख गुरु था उनको भी प्रिंस सलीम ने, जहांगीर ने फांसी की सज़ा सुनाई थी. ड्यूरिंग जहांगीर्स reign, Hawkins and Thomas Roy visited India as a representative of the King of England and sought permission to trade in India. The representative of the King of England, Sir Hawkins and Sir Thomas Roy, visited India and the court of Jahangir to take permission for the trading, means for business, exporting and importing things from India. And they got the permission from Jahangir. Jahangir's wife Noor Jahan was very beautiful and ambitious. Most of the administrative work of the empire was handled by her. Now after Jahangir, Shah Jahan took the responsibilities to lead Mughal Empire in India. Shah Jahan believed that agriculture is the fundamental to the prosperity of the nation. So he gave primary importance to the agriculture and continued with Akbar's land revenue system. He appointed honest and hard-working officers. Shah Jahan established a new city near Delhi and named it Shah Jahanabad. He constructed many grand buildings there. In comparison to others, the Mughal Empire's income and revenue was more during Shah Jahan's reign. Due to the policies framed by Shah Jahan, because he knew that agriculture is the fundamental occupation of the people of India. So the tax collection system जो अकबर की थी काफ़ी अच्छी, वही उन्होंने फॉलो की. नया सिटी एस्टेब्लिशमेंट किया नियर ओल्ड दिल्ली विच वॉज नेम्ड एज शाहजहानाबाद. And due to that, the income of the state was also increased during the Shah Jahan's time period. Shah Jahan constructed world famous monuments like the Taj Mahal, Diwan-e-Am and Diwan-e-Khas in the Red Fort, Rang Mahal, Moti Masjid, Jama Masjid of Delhi, etc. तो उसी के कारण उन्हें कंस्ट्रक्टर ऑफ पैलेसेस भी कहा जाता है. Shahjahan is known as the constructor of palaces because he has constructed this many beautiful and exclusive buildings जो आज भी वैसे ही शुमार है दिल्ली में. So we started from Jahangir, then Shahjahan, और उनके बाद जो औरंगजेब आए to lead Mughal Empire in India from 1658 to 1707. From the rule of Aurangzeb, the downfall of the Mughals started in India. Aurangzeb's memory was extraordinary, sir. He remembered smallest thing during his time. He was well versed in the Arabic and Persian languages and had studied Quran-e-Sharif in detail. As he was having an excellent memory, he was well versed, means अरेबिक और पर्शियन लैंग्वेज की काफ़ी अच्छी नॉलेज थी उनके पास. उन्होंने कुरान शरीफ जो एक होली बुक है मुस्लिम्स की, वो भी उन्होंने काफ़ी डिटेल में पढ़ी थी. औरंगजेब disliked art, music and painting. Veer Durgadas waged a prolonged war with Aurangzeb for 25 years in order to free Marwar. Continuously 25 years तक वीर दुर्गादास, king from India, undertook many battles against Aurangzeb to free his motherland Marwar. In Maharashtra, Shivaji established the Maratha kingdom in South India and had constant conflicts with Aurangzeb. The Jats and Sikhs too revolted against Aurangzeb. So औरंगज़ेब की जो पॉलिसीज़ थी वो शायद पूरे इंडिया को, जो मेन किंग्स थे इंडिया के, उनको बिल्कुल भी रास नहीं आई थी. एंड कंटिन्यूसली देयर वर बैटल्स अगेंस्ट द आर्मी ऑफ औरंगज़ेब. आफ्टर नोइंग about some of the incidents that occurred during the Mughal emperors Jahangir, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb. Let us learn about the social life and administration of their empire. As you can see, the Dasara festival is celebrated. So there were festivals which were grandly celebrated during the Mughal Empire. Society was based on the feudal system during the Mughal era. The king and his courtier led a life of pleasure and luxury. The emperors and the amirs were fond of expensive clothes and jewelry. Abul Fazl written that 1000 expensive garments used to be made for the emperor every year. So this much money was spent on the grandeur things of the king and courtiers. You can imagine that in a year there are 365 days, and for the king more than 1000 expensive clothes star studded with diamonds, golds, it was stitched. So you can imagine that कि अगर एक दिन में 3 क्लोथ्स चेंज करे तो भी वो ना पहन पाए, इतने सारे क्लोथ्स के पीछे मनी स्पेंड होती थी. ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम Gujarati traders constructed business over large scale, and large volume of goods were exported and imported from the ports of Gujarat. Festivals were celebrated with a lots of pomp and grandeur. During Jahangir's reign, Dasera was celebrated in a grand manner. Foreigners did not have the right to take away the wealth from India. Now, how was the economic condition during that time? We know that the economic conditions prevalent during the Mughal era from Abul Fazl's book. At that time, 55.5 ratal was equal to 1 man, old unit of weight. Shawls from Lahore, duris from Fatehpur Sikri, cotton cloth from Gujarat, and Dhaka's muslin were very famous and popular product. Goods were exported and imported from Khambat, Surat, Bharuch and many parts of Bengal. Villages were self-reliant, and villagers themselves produced the most of the goods that were required. So you can imagine that during that time the situation of India in economic conditions was very good. Now art, literature and the Mughal art and literature of the Mughal period. The Mughal rulers were very fond of grand palaces. Hindu style of architectural decoration merged with the Islamic style of constructing palaces and domes. Shah Jahan built many renowned monuments and known as constructor of palaces. He also patronized many artists and so encouraged art. The Rajput rulers were very fond of paintings, so patronized the art of painting. Jahangir too was fond of collecting paintings. During that time there were few kings who were very crazy about the art, and in that paintings, making new monuments, these were the hobbies that they follow. The Mughal era is considered to be a peaceful period for the whole. It was a favorable time for the development of literature, and Sanskrit books were translated. The dohas of historical volumes were written, and Hindi literature received patronage. Dohas of Kabir and Rahim and Sakhi became very famous in literature. Rashkhan, a disciple of Vaishnav Acharya Vithalnath, composed Hindi poetry. Many foreign travelers came to India during this period. They have described that the state administrative system and the common life of the people in their travelogues. Two French travelers, Tavernier and Bernier, visited India during that time. Of them, Bernier lived in India for 12 years. He had observed the Mughal rulers used to spend a great sum of money on the army. He had also mentioned appreciatively that the Indian textiles were very famous in the markets of Europe and Asia. Now the downfall. Shahjahan's reign can be considered as the golden age of the Mughal Empire. One can say that the downfall of Mughal Empire started in the later year of Shah Jahan. Aurangzeb's policies too proved very fatal. Aurangzeb struggled continuously among these. The conflicts with Veer Durgadas in the north, Maharatha Keshari Shivaji in the south are noteworthy. First of all, about Veer Durgadas. After the demise of the king of Jodhpur, his queen and son was under the threat of Mughal rulers. Veer Durgadas sheltered them for a safe place. After that, with the help of loyal soldiers, he protected Marwad's independence for 25 years. Aurangzeb was unsuccessful in dealing with the strategy of launching surprise attack and had to ultimately reconcile with the Rajput. By hook or crook, Aurangzeb was not able to conquer the places where Veer Durgadas had his eye on it. Here is a picture of coronation ceremony of Shivaji. Now Second, Chhatrapati Shivaji. As a consequence of Aurangzeb's policy, many kingdoms revolted against him. Maratha's kingdom was one amongst them. The Maratha Sardars or chieftains who worked for the Bahmani Sultanate enjoyed jagirs or large landholdings, but the need to establish an independent and strong Maratha kingdom arose with the emergence of Shahaji Bhonsle, the brave and capable leader. Later, Shivaji Maharaj, his son, took over the mantle of Maratha kingdom. Maratha kingdom was flourished in the beginning stages, but due to the lack of vision, they were not that much powerful. But Shahaji Bhonsle was one of the capable leader and who had a vision to remain his state free from any of the other Mughal rulers' kings. Shivaji Bhonsle was born in 1630 at the Shivneri fort. He was raised by his mother Jijabai and mentor Dadoji Kondev. He dreamed of establishing a small and independent kingdom at Pune. He inherited self-respect, fearlessness and brilliance from his mother and learned the intricacies of administrative policies from his grandfather. He was fortunate enough to have a good friend like Tanaji. Gradually, he extended his army at the tender age of 16. He started capturing forts. Turna, Chanak, Sinhagad, Purandar were some of the forts captured by him. Shivaji was coronated in 1674 after several confrontations with the Sultan of Bijapur and Mughals of Delhi. Means he died in 1630. He worked hard to establish a smooth and efficient administration system. He formed a cabinet of 8 ministers for the proper administration of the state. End of Mughal rule. About Shivaji, if we talk, कि उनका बर्थ 1630 में हुआ था एट शिवनेरी फोर्ट. जिनका ग्रो अप किया था, जिनको बड़ा किया था, उनके मदर जीजाबाई और उनके जो मेंटर थे, उनके जो गुरुजी थे दादोजी कौंदेव. उन्होंने काफ़ी सारी क्वालिटीज़ उनके पास थी, जिसमें सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट, फियरलेसनेस यानी किसी भी चीज़ का डर उनमें नहीं था, एंड ब्रिलियंस फ्रॉम हिज मदर, एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव जो काम है उनकी सारी स्ट्रेटजीज़ उन्होंने अपने मेंटर दादोजी कौंदेव से के पास से सीखी थी. उन्होंने काफ़ी सारे अच्छे काम किए थे. पर 16 ईयर की जब उनकी एज थी, व्हेन ही वाज अ स्मॉल, मैच्योर भी नहीं हुए थे, तभी से उन्होंने अपनी आर्मी बढ़ानी स्टार्ट कर दी थी. काफ़ी सारे फोर्ट्स भी उन्होंने जीते. एंड ही वाज known for the bravery and courageous behavior that he had. He was coronated in 1674. Now, end of Mughal rule. The Mughal army was tired of waging wars against the Marathas for 25 years. At last, Aurangzeb decided to retreat towards the north. He had also become old by that time. After the demise of Aurangzeb, the decline of the Mughal Empire began. Struggle for the throne broke out. There was no capable ruler who could keep everybody together. Aurangzeb's narrow-minded policy were responsible for the end of the Mughal Empire. The Mughal Empire, which was established in 1526, started declining in 1707 CE. The empire set up the Babur. Empire was set up by Babur, extended over most of the parts of India in Aurangzeb's time, and during the time itself started declining. So this was the lesson about Mughal Empire and downfall of the huge dynasty or the huge empire created by Babur. So I hope you must have understood the detail about this video. So thank you very much for joining. Goodbye and take care.